Hi, RD Barry here. Welcome to episode 32 in my Let's Play of Final Fantasy 12. Well, first of all, one of the things I've been thinking about off screen are mods, and I generally do not play games with mods because I believe they don't match what the game developers intended, but Final Fantasy 12 has a quite surprisingly for me at least active modding community, so I checked into it a little bit. Some of them look interesting, some of them are more or less just cosmetic. You could have the characters wearing different outfits, show more skin, show less skin if you want. I think Vaan's bare midriff was a particular sore point for a lot of people. But keep in mind, as far as I know, you don't do mods for money. These are purely labors of love. So the fact that the game does have a active mod community, even though it's a port of a 20-year-old game, does seem rather surprising to me. Also, there's one mod that fixes the game crashing problem I was experiencing at the beginning, but I've fixed that a different way. Since I don't use mods, I don't really know a lot about how to install them or load them or all that kind of thing. So that would be a whole new learning curve for me, and I'm a little bit reluctant to do that at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to change my party list. Hang on. New randomized party. And I'm gonna keep that this way until at least until well, we'll see. I'll change it when I need to. Let's put it that way. Okay, so we had the Moogle was talking to a Urutan. I didn't see him there earlier, so maybe he was doing that. I guess maybe I approached and I didn't notice him leaving or something like that. I don't know. But when I loaded the new save, he showed up again, so that's convenient. Let's talk to this Moogle, see what he has to say. Yeah, we did. Yeah, usually a violent lot. Yeah, did you notice that? Because every single one we've seen has been attacking us. We've attacked them first, to be fair, but that was preemptive, I promise. Anyway, this one wanted help, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. A creature on the Nam Yensa Sand Sea, their blood enemy, it seems. Okay, they have a blood enemy other than us, I guess. One of them was asking for help, yes. Yeah. So, yeah, these Urutans apparently, very proud people and, if violent, and they don't usually ask outsiders for help, so let's see how that goes. Maybe you can have a swing at that thing. Giant tortoise, yes. I don't think we've seen any tortoise-like creatures so far. There will be more because of... Yeah, they recycle a lot of the character models for enemies over and over and over again. Basically, they're just resize, reskin, whatever, and update the stats and the drops and whatnot, and there you go. No extensive excessive amounts of 3D modeling that it needed, plus the animation. Anyway. Right, he had found some treasure of the Sand Sea too. Yeah. Well, that could be useful. Alright. Let's... Now, he said something about, I think he said it was in the, Urutan Yensa Sand Sea, so I believe that's here. So let's go this way. My plan for the day is to go here, down there, and then, back here, and then back to the save crystal there, because I think this subquest we just started is going to be plenty of material for an episode. Notice that some of these areas are not accessible unless you go through the cavern area that I talked about earlier. Like the southern area here doesn't have, there's no way through there, so except to get to the through this arrow there, and that points to the cavern system. So anyway, that's my plan. The sand scale bank. Okay. Urutan Yensa Sea, Withering Shores, back to Augur Hill, and then back to the other Sand Sea and the save point there. Alright, so let's try that. Okay, and we got more of these guys. Kind of a little bit shy about using the German pronunciation of that, but the English one is probably wrong, so I'm just sort of, if it's not it's not an issue, if it's not too big of an issue, I think I'm just going with these guys instead. All right. Sure to steal from these guys. Their items aren't the highest in the area, but probably they are worth doing. Yeah, the succulent fruits there are fetch a very good coin. Okay. Also off screen, I played around with the New Game Plus option. It basically just levels. I think it changes your default level to 90 instead of 1, or 3 in the case of Rex. But it doesn't change anything else, so you don't get any additional money, you don't get any additional LP or licenses or anything like that. It's just straight level change. Let's grab that. Okay, and I don't think there's any more of those guys in there, so it's strictly these from now on. And I think we no longer have to worry about the unarmed ones at this point, since I have kind of been through this before off screen. The episode that didn't record the commentary. Yeah, I have been kind of keeping track of which enemies appear where. At least you can probably well, anyway. So anyway, on the New Game Plus, you you get the additional levels, which means the increased stats. So I believe like you get like 4,000 or like 4,000 HP to start with, instead of just whatever you do get, which is like less than 100 probably. Which is nice. You can probably, and you get the additional strength and whatnot, so you can one-shot the early enemies. But it's going to make less and less of a difference as you go on through the game. And like I said before, a lot of the progress you make is through LP, not HP. Now, am I wrong? No, this is a bow one. Actually, we should be going after the samurai sword ones first, since they have that triple attack, which is nasty. Yeah. That move wasn't too bad. It was only 200. But I think last time we saw one that went up to 400, so that was a relatively mild one. I think eventually I'm gonna have to stop stealing, except for with Vaan, because I mean the only people who have steel are other people who have steel are Vaan and Balthier here, and as soon as I steal, they're gonna aggro me or the leader, whoever stole from them. They tend not to like that. I think your party leader is aggroed by default anyway. It gets the first attacks, so Vaan has the most Vaan has the most HP and probably defense. Vaan and Fran, I've chosen their jobs so that they're both range weapon users, and their defense is not great because they are meant to like stay out of range here. Let's see. So let's see here. So I thought it was gonna be in this area. Maybe it's down here, Withering Shores. I don't know. I forgot to. I can probably look it up later, but I forgot the name of the place. He said that oh, these guys are running away, or they're not running away. They're running towards. Oh, there he is. Okay, there's the giant tortoise. Okay, so let me go back and change my party, and I'll do that off screen. Okay, well, what I'm doing with the gambits, by the way, we have 3 sets of gambits in this version of the game. Before it was just 1, so you had to do all this stuff over and over again. But what I'm doing here is I'm using set 1 for solo adventuring, which I do sometimes. I don't generally do it on screen, but for the less challenging areas, solo is interesting sometimes. So and 1 means solo, so that's what I'm doing. And then 2 is the normal party gambits. So there's a lot of stuff about healing and aiding other characters that I wouldn't normally do. And then 3 is strictly for customized boss gambits. So I'm in my party. I believe I've got Vaan, Ash, and Penelo. Vaan is going to be the tank here. Ash is going to be the damage dealer, hopefully, and Penelo will be the healer. So 3 very specific roles. Hopefully this will work. If this doesn't work, I'll come back here and meet you back here next time and try again. Let's incorporate the lessons learned and see what happens at that time. So anyway, and I don't know why Ash is oh right, Ash is being targeted by Penelo. So I put Penelo on a protect gambit. So she is currently in the process of protecting everyone in the party. So that will reduce physical damage. I'm pretty sure this turtle is gonna be a magic user, but you can never tell. Anyway, let's go back to the gambits again here. Whoops. For Ash and Penelo, I've basically turned off their attack. Gambits. So I want to keep them out of range. They are not tanks. They do not belong in close to the. I mean, they're basically going to be support. They don't need to be within range of the enemy's attack. So if they have an attack gambit, then they don't have ranged weapons, so they're going to be getting close enough, which is bad because we don't want them. We want Vaan to be taking the damage, basically. Vaan, by the way, has more, well, almost twice as much HP as Vossler at this point. Oh, and I mentioned last time that Vossler keeps on leveling as much as we do, and that's to be expected because, well, we can only level half our party at a time each. Well, no, maybe that. I don't know. Yeah, well, each time everybody gets the same EXP when you defeat an enemy, but we can only for that EXP only 5 or only 3 of our party, or basically half, gets that EXP, and Vossler gets but Vossler gets it all the time. So basically, Vossler is going to be getting twice as much EXP as any individual party member that we have. So I believe that just about, because I mean, at 4 levels higher, that probably evens out, if not. So I think the only thing we could do to really balance out to get everybody at 19 without Vossler being at 19 is we could remove him from the party, but we can't do that at the moment because he is locked in. I guess can never really be removed. But there is a workaround, which is a bit sketchy. You can just let him fight solo for a while. Just turn off all your gambits and let Vossler do all the work. Do not cast any cures, anything like that, until eventually he dies, and then basically just continue on and party and level normally, and you could get your party completely up to his level and then revive him. Problem is, every time he touches save crystal, he's gonna come back to life. So so I've used that trick in my alternate playthrough a couple times. It's a bit sketchy, so I wouldn't do it in like my quote main playthrough, but anyway. So let's see. Let's go back and check the gambits here. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. I need cure. Cure gambits here. So ally. Let's say less than 70% here, and a cure. And if I get to less than 50%, I'm going to do a cure So most spells have a raw version. I think Cura is the first one that at least we've gotten. Technically, Arrow is a raw version too, but they are more powerful than let's make that 40%. They're more powerful than the other than the base version, but they are and they also affect the entire. They're also area of effect, so they don't. So they'll cure everybody in your party, not just not just one target at a time. And eventually we'll see black magic versions of all these raw versions of all these spells too, but I don't think they've been in shops yet, and I don't think Ash has the LP anyway. So, and I think I'll just put in for future reference here, foe equals undead, cure. Just to help out with that kind of thing. Anyway, because it's like, there's some enemies that are undead, like that one rare game that I was surprised by. So, I'm going with the attitude, you never know, so you might as well try. And, it's not the kind of thing that would show up in Libra, but apparently the gambits know, even if you don't. Similarly, I've done this thing with Ash. I can detect, basically, again, the gambits will know which, let me change that to holy. The gambits will know which element the enemy is weak to, so I can put these in. So I've got 6 out of the 8 possible elemental weaknesses. The dark weak and the earth weak aren't gonna mean much now anyway, because we don't really have a dark spell or a earth-based spell at the moment, and probably by the time we can get the extra gambit. So so this is more of a detection gambit. Why don't we make that a cure instead of a potion? Where is that? There it is. And I don't... Yeah, we've got Vaan using a potion is like at like 30%. So that will be our emergency backup. And I changed Vossler's gambits. I was kind of surprised that you could do guest gambits, but anyway, so he's doing a Phoenix down. Hopefully that won't happen. If it happens too much, then I'll probably scrap the attempt and continue on, and reload and try again. Like I said, lessons learned, apply lessons learned, that kind of thing. And other than that, he has a whole bunch of other things, like for flying enemies and that kind of thing, but we don't need that here. I'll put that in when we encounter a flying enemy. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I want to, well, first of all, let's make Vaan our party leader here. And we'll just watch the Urutan's attempt to deal... Oh, that he does do a fire spell. Okay. We'll just let the Urutans... yeah. Accidentally made a pun there. They're the Urutans, because they're very irritating. Yeah. We'll just let them do the best they can until they're all gone, because we don't need to deal with them at the same time here. So we'll kind of, I mean, they're basically the enemy of my enemy is still my enemy in this case. So we'll just let them fight it out as best we can. Well, I mean, the good thing is they're gradually weakening the turtle there. Anyway. Let's see if he... Whoops. Oh, he's still not in range there. Okay. Let's, wow. So I think that was a blizzard. Oh, so I'm gonna go ahead and put another gambit to put in a shell option for Pinello here while we're waiting. Because that will lower the damage of magic spells. So ally any, and then shell. Oops. Okay, and then we'll continue to watch while she's implementing that. Oops. Okay, I think we see the turtle now. Urutan Eater. Yeah, maybe that was there before and I didn't notice. So the Eater has Dispel, or not Dispel, it has Protect like we do. And I don't know if there's a way to get rid of that other than just to sort of wait for it to disappear. If we had a character with the spell, then that would work, but I don't think we do. I can check that off screen though. Yeah, we do not even have the Dispel spell, so that's not going to do anything. Okay, so that's the last of the Urutans. Let's just let this guy be for a second. Maybe his let his protects wear off a bit. But the longer we wait, the longer the more chance that our protect is gonna wear out. So I think we don't want to waste Pinello's MP on trying to keep that up anyway. So let's just try this. Maybe this is not optimal, but whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and try steal once, as usual. Okay, so Ash has discovered that this is a turtle shell. That's interesting. It's a nice steal. So Vaan is going to be your tank. Vossler is also going to be our tank, I guess. Physical damage dealer. So that will help. And I think... yeah. Let's, Arrow is a powerful spell, so we should be able to make quick work of this guy. He doesn't have shell. So, yeah, the Ash is going to be our main damage dealer, I think. The trick is going to be to keep her from being aggroed. Wow. So Arrow did 1,000 HP damage. That's pretty hefty, but on the other hand, and of course he's immune to... oh no, he isn't. Alright, he's got... He does have... I was really expecting, so this is a boss, sort of, at least. I was really expecting him to be immune to Libra, but nope, he's there. So, yeah. And one thing I could do is swap in Bosch. Let's actually do that. Well, yeah, I'll do that in the next playthrough again. You could swap in Bosch, because at this point, wow. Pinello, you should not be there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so Ash is getting the hate now. I will turn off her gambits. Oops. So she will no longer do the arrows until, because I don't think we need them anymore, and maybe our tanks will pull off the attacks a bit. Meanwhile, let's make her party leader and just sort of have her retreat a little bit. There we go. Yeah. All right. No EXP, just LP. 8. Alright, we can go in and change back to our regular party gambits now. It'll do that off screen. Alright, everything's back to normal. Let's go back and talk to that Moogle again. I think he's in this direction. Oh, now these guys are, hang on, let me, turn on the gambits again and make Vaan our leader again. So, now that we've defeated the turtle, everybody's back to being enemies again, so, whatever. Hey, that battle wasn't actually that bad. With the turtle, I mean. I'm just sort of... I guess the main, wow. 428. Yeah, that's why you want your tank in front, I guess. Oh, there was a treasure over there. Almost missed. My brain is kind of tuned to making sure that everybody is doing something at all times, but Penelo, no, because she's got that healing staff on there. I don't want her healing or casting regen on the enemies. So right now our limitation is money, so that's why I'm trying to get as much money as possible. If it gets to the point where I'm running out of MP, oh, I gotta level up. Okay, Canelo. Let's swap her out here. Yeah, I forgot to swap in my regular party members after the boss. Oh well. It's not a big deal. Okay, there's the Moogle again. Yeah, yeah. The Urutan Yensa from before just went by. Is going to look for the treasure. Alright. Ogre Yensa Sansi. So that's the east. Let's go that way. Let me do a quick save progress here so we don't lose the fact that we defeated that enemy and have to do it all over again. I think it went pretty well. You get 199 +1 save slots, by the way, and the +1 is for autosave, which this game does do, kind of. It doesn't save it permanently. Every time you load a game from a different save, the autosave will disappear, even if it's not, you know, part of the same playthrough. But it's there. Okay, and here we are back in the Sand Sea, or the Eastern Sand Sea. Let's ignore those guys for now. Now where would he have gone? Probably up this direction? Oh wait. Oh, there he is. Okay. So he went back, the way we came, I guess. is he going? Alright, I want a Balthier to be our party leader at the moment. So we currently do not have, and all the enemies that were there have disappeared. Interesting. I think we go back this way then. Yeah, all these cave entrances kind of look the same, but whatever. Okay. A gathering. An Urutan moot. Yes. So, in case you hadn't noticed, these guys are kind of crustacean-like. They have an exoskeleton instead of a normal endoskeleton like people do. So, yeah. So, are they humanoid? I guess the game thinks they are, but it's kind of up for debate. They don't do the Star Trek thing where the aliens are just humans with glued on makeup. They're actually very different types. Anyway. Not as different as the types I've seen in some sci-fi, but different. Oh, so I guess that guy is in trouble. That's not good. No, please, he was only trying to help. Yeah. Yeah. Every good deed. No good deed goes unpunished, I guess that's the moral here. Right. Queen of the Urutan. Wow. So my question is, if she could do that, why couldn't she do that with the turtle? That seems kind of, oh well. I guess she doesn't get out much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be possible. No sully to our name they must be punished, be they bowmen or kin. Yeah. There can be no forgiveness. Oh, he would destroy us, but okay. Well, that's very nice of her, I guess. Right. She's just let us live, so we carry the word out. And there they go. Good thing they're not all attacking us. Alright, and what we get, oops, is this flower. Let's go ahead and pick that, the Rogue Urutan flower. And it has berries, let's pick those. We've got Isker berries. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if we can get more of them here or not. Maybe I'll swing up here off screen and see if they're there. Anyway, let's talk to the Moogle again. Wow, that's a low angle shot. Yeah. Oh well. Yes. Maybe that's the treasurer, yeah. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what the game wants us to believe anyway. So if it's... Yeah, maybe it says yet there, so maybe there's an... maybe that implies that there's another berry that it will produce at some point. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna save here. This is where we started, but whatever. So next time, we've done those two. I never did get down to that area like I planned, but oh well. So maybe next time I'll like kind of flee through these areas. Or actually, this one was this one had the boss, so I'll probably need to re-explore that to get the actual normal enemies in there. And then let's see. This seems like kind of a long trek to reach the next area. So maybe I'll do the Withering Shores, Augur Hill, and the Yellow Sands, and then head back to the other area to get a save point and end the episode there. Yeah. This game, I mean, I'm glad it does save points instead of, you know, this silly auto save every 5 minutes, so you don't, there's no actual consequences if you die, but I think there could be, like, you know, 50% more save points without scattered more evenly, so without breaking the game. I don't know, just my opinion. Anyway, so that will be for next time. Again, basically another explore and look at the new look at the new enemies and that kind of thing episode, and then next time, or the time after that, I'll go continue through these two areas and into the area after that. So let's so anyway, I hope you'll join for that, and until then, bye.